Alright, we're gonna play some Pillars of Eternity. Last I left it off, we're heading to Heritage Hill to do the quests in there I have, so we're gonna do that. I apologize for not having a stable work schedule, stream schedule. Work has been just exhausting me, and then some extra hours on top of it, and a change in schedule has been making me just exhausted. Some extra hours worked that couldn't be helped. So I've missed some streams. I apologize. Over the next week I'm gonna try and work out a streaming schedule that works for my summer work hours. So let's go ahead and load up our game and go to Heritage Hill. I know we have two quests for Heritage Hill. A main story quest as well as, I think, either a task or a side quest from the Crucible Knights also has us going to Heritage Hill. So we're going to knock those two out. Clear out Heritage Hill. It's the last part of Defiance Bay I haven't explored. Just waiting for the load-in to continue. Alright. So we start in the southeast corner. We've already talked to these two guys, but let's just make sure.
Hail, traveler.
Yeah. So let's head inside Heritage Hill. See what we've got to deal with.
Listen.
Already got some skeletons to deal with.
Tired dick. Looks like they can't shoot through the fence or something. Skeletons aren't all that tough.
Can't get a good...
Let's go.
Alright.
And what does the
Gonna treat this place like a dungeon because it's gonna be full of enemies. So we're gonna explore our way through a lot of it. Just in case of hidden stuff, traps, etc., etc. Gotta get our loot. And I forgot, every time you load up your game, it defaults to one of your characters instead of the stash where I left it. I still have money issues, that's why the grimoires are on him and I haven't learned the spells from them. Ooh, a campfire and a trap. We'll give the trap to him. Campfire, we'll just loot. Something twitches and shambles in the darkness between the slats. A rancid draft creeps from the house.
What's this?
Clear out the fog of war. Doesn't look like we can go in this house. I remember the guard saying about shouts coming from the northeast, so let's head that direction. There might be some outpost of humans trying to keep the fighting in check with the monsters.
I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Let's go. Keeping quiet.
I hear other people walking around. More Kickstarter backers. Let's just scroll through it.
Dead on.
So far, these guys are pretty easy. I found Undead in general to be pretty easy so far. Obviously, level has... I think I've over-leveled some of these story quests. I must have.
I'll give it a try, at least. As requested.
Spell defense bonus. Crosshatch claw marks score this vault.
Dead on.
The Dargles are pretty tough. The ghouls are easy, and the skeleton guys are easy, but the Dargles are pretty tough. Nothing I can't handle, though.
Let's see what lies this way.
There's a headless statue, always a good sign. A small plaque at the base reads, "Freedom above all, Admeth Hadrit." Well, we can go in here, let's check it out. Looks like there's somebody to talk to. There's some Kickstarter backers as well. Oh. A woman turns when you enter. Her wide, pale eyes shine like lamps in the darkness of the tomb. 4 Crucible Knights hover nearby, their glazed expressions fixed on her. Reinforcements at last. I hope you've come armed, because we've got to get out of here. Something about her seems hazy and insubstantial, even in the darkness of the tomb. Who are you? A commander of the Crucible Knights. I lead the militia stationed around Heritage Hill. Securing this district became my responsibility when this, whatever it is, happened. What are you doing here? I came searching for survivors. Only too late did I realize there weren't any. She brings a hand to her head. Her skin is practically translucent. I found myself surrounded by those creatures outside, and I had to seek refuge. Funny, isn't it, to hide from the dead in a building that was meant to hold them in the first place? She passed the wall of the tomb. Anyways, I've been waiting for more reinforcements. What are these soldiers doing here? She looks at them, but either she doesn't notice their distant gazes and the way they sway on their feet, or she thinks nothing of it. They're under my command, of course. They heard my call, and we've been waiting on a few more to help us fight our way out of here. I think something may be wrong with them. That's what I've been trying to tell you. We've been stuck here with no rations for I don't know how long. She closes her eyes and shakes her head. We need to leave while we're still on our feet. I see. Then if you've caught your breath, we should move out. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're already dead. Her eyes grow cold and hard. You better explain yourself, and quickly. You're a ghost, and you've been luring Crucible Knights to their deaths. She freezes in place, hovering in the air. No, that's impossible. It's only been... I can't be. The other side of the tomb is visible through her gaping mouth. She looks at her hands, seemingly for the first time, turning them in front of her. As her eyes and her mouth widen hard, she turns to you. What have you done to me? Her expression hardens, and the Crucible Knights behind her stir. Novitiates, attack! Okay, so let's do that. Knock down her. Let's do that.
Hey. I was hoping the Justicars would come back to their senses after the ghost died, but apparently not. So I got one task done.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Right.
I think I see something.
Let's go through the Kickstarter backers real quick. Huh, looks like he's overtaken Aloth as my primary mechanics guy. Interesting. Alright, so let's continue our exploring of the main area of Heritage Hill. It looks like someone smashed the family crest of this mausoleum with a hammer. The inscription beneath it is illegible.
I can do that, as requested.
Let's see. The inscription underneath the family crest reads Valtis. So let's save our game and go in. Okay, I have to have a key for that, and I don't. So the question is, do I take this path down, or do I take it across? Let's take the path down. Only one Dargle, not much.
I shall be discreet.
This mausoleum has been sealed tight. Okay, we got enough money to clear out these grimoires then. Can put them in the stash now. Also need to take a look at the stronghold. See if I've got anything to upgrade. Or I'm working on anything. It doesn't look that way. 1400 looks like the cheapest. Let's go ahead and purchase that. We'll make more money as we explore this area.
That's it!
Get on!
Let's see what lies this way.
Crockware, stale foodstuffs, and once priceless vases now chipped and cracked fill the wagon. Let's go down here, clear out the fog of war, since we originally came this direction. Let's see what's over this way. A beach or something. Or an excavation. Maybe they unearthed something that caused Heritage Hill to turn into its current state. Some Adra thing, maybe, or something, is doing this. Arbalist. Okay, can't go any further that direction. Let's go down here.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Okay, let's have the ranged attack on the wizard. Everybody else can attack the local close by melee guys.
Hey, Ansawu.
Everybody is stuck up here. Okay, everybody come back. Not gonna worry about the wizard. We'll get to him soon enough as we wade through all these easy to kill guys.
Let's go.
I have them. Roll. Black 10.
That's it.
Dead on.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Alright, let's explore down here. Got a campfire, that's good. Could be the water's poisoned, and that's what took out Heritage Hill as well, possibly. Or it just could be whatever's behind this door. Let's finish exploring the rest of Heritage Hill first, though.
I think I see something.
I'll take a look.
Okay, so it looks like we're going back up this way. We went this way, so we should just have to go around here.
I shall be discreet.
I'll take a look.
Okay, there's a campfire, so we'll go ahead and use a campfire here. Damage reduction, always a good thing to have. Okay. From here, the mansion appears deserted. I didn't mean to throw that scroll. Does anybody have this? No, so let's give it to him. Alright, scrolls distributed. Alright, let's save and go inside the building and see what's in here. We still have one building we couldn't enter because we don't have a key. Hold off on going up the stairs to see if there's any NPCs or traps down here. Actually, we can't go up the stairs anyways. Broken chairs, upended tables, and shattered vases block the stairs. Splintered planks shift precariously. Meat.
Ansawu.
Let's get out of the doorway so that we can actually get people fighting. Dark.
Dead on!
Yes? Roakte!
That's it!
Sure.
Let's see what lies this way.
See what the big map table has. Lord Valtus's will. A last will and testament has been carefully drawn up on a stained piece of sackcloth. It lists Lord Valtus's various titles and holdings, ending with the following. Should no member of my family survive, it is my wish that my wealth and property be dispensed to the Crucible Knights. Let my wife and children and me be buried with my forebears in the Valtus family tomb, at the right hand of Duke Hadrit, signed Valerio Valtus, 5th Lord of House Valtus. Lord Valtus, Seda, let us in. It's safe, come out now, Lady Valtus. Open the door, Seda. They're undead. The female Dargle sniffs the air and rolls around, hissing, Survivor!
Would they don't?
Settle.
That's it. Rip. Ulika.
I have got.
Let's go.
Got some major money there. Oh yeah, money's pretty easy to come by in this game.
I'll give it a try, as requested.
Valtus's Manor Key. I wonder if this will let us in the that one house that mausoleum type vault that we can't get in. I believe so. It'll also let us in this door, it looks like. Which, I think there's a survivor in here, or else the undead wouldn't have wanted in so badly. But maybe not. Valtus groundskeeper letter. This is a note addressed to the household staff. Please see to it that the family mausoleum is swept and the marble polished. The key is hanging as always in the kitchen by the oven. Ooh, a black and white kitty pet. Pets go to him. I've got quite the pet collection now. What? It didn't put it with him. That's weird. Maybe I dragged it to the wrong person. Wan light shines from behind the map. There's a ragged hole to the outside as if someone dug through. So somebody escaped. They thought they were trapped in here, but they escaped. Oh, I'm getting close to leveling up time for some of my characters. Okay, so I think we got the rest of the area behind the manor, and we also have that. I think we have a key to that mausoleum type building right over here. So let's finish exploring over here first, though.
Let's see what lies this way.
Probably more undead. Heritage Hill Cemetery. Ooh, hidden item.
That's unusual.
A vellum. Alright, so let's go in this area. Or let's go in this building, and then we're gonna go check out the mausoleum. I'm a serial saver, can't help it. I don't like having to go back over things I've already done, so I save probably to an annoying point. Oh, there's a person over there. Acantha. These stale loaves are as hard as rocks. Left out to rot, these potatoes are covered with a wet, rank smell and bruises. A woman bends over a roaring fireplace, feeding a splintered chair leg into it. As you get closer, you notice something unnatural about her, a certain pallor to her skin, a lack of movement beneath her flesh, even while her arms execute deft, efficient movements. And then you see the puckered flesh, ragged and bloodless, over her heart. Aloth casts a wary eye at the vampire. I sincerely hope you're not planning on asking her to join us.
It's rude to stare, you know. Don't worry. I've no mind to start anything with you. After all, I've stayed in such good shape by choosing my meals carefully.
So she's like a... Vampires are obviously Pillars of Eternity's versions of vampires. Who are you?
A survivor, by the grace of my own careful preparations. When I heard the claws scrabbling at the door outside, I took care of matters myself. And since then, I've been careful to keep myself fresh and fed.
Do you know what happened here?
An incredible act of animancy, of a magnitude this part of the world likely hasn't seen since Engwithan times. Someone found something very powerful and ancient, and I'd bet my own preserved life it wasn't Aldhelm or his lovely assistant.
Tell me what you know about this Aldhelm. His name barely merits repeating. He's a charlatan who liked to dig up pretty artifacts and call himself a scholar. The pity with animancy these days is that just about anyone can claim to be an expert. I still don't understand why this district is full of walking corpses. She spins from the fire to face you. Because someone found a way to tether their souls to their bodies, don't you see? She taps her skull with an impatient finger. So when the heart stops beating, when the blood stops flowing, the bodies still animate, and with a newfound hunger. She turns back to the fire. Those that can feed it with living flesh and essence stay strong and sharp. Those that can't degenerate quickly. I see. She smirks. I truly doubt that. I saw you in a vision. There's something you need to do for me.
Believe me, I've heard that line before.
Oh, it's time for me to get going.
You return.
So let's explore this place.
Slow and silent.
I can do that, as requested.
More money.
I'll give it a try, at least.
Prisoners, huh? Spider fingers, gloves. Grants restore light endurance, +1 perception. Let's see what his he's done. Not even wearing gloves. Perfect. He seems to be my rogue of the group now that he's surpassed Aloth. Something or someone snapped this candelabra in two. Acantha kept us prisoner for weeks. Why is she doing this to us? You're not one of Acantha's servants. Please, you've got to get us out of here before she feeds on us. What happened to you? We're just groundskeepers. When the district fell into chaos, Acantha took us in, said we'd be safe until the Knights got things under control. Instead, she locked us in here. Every week one of those monsters who serves her comes in and takes one of us away. I don't know what she's doing, but sometimes we can hear the screams. Please, get us out of here. Stay here for now. Let's go talk to her first. If I saw her in a vision, then I can't just kill her.
You return. What if you come seeking
I
this
came
time?
across a group of people in the back room. She clucks, I hope you didn't disturb them. Rounding them up is quite the chore. That's all she says? Well, I'm inclined to free them then. If I have to, I'll kill her. She can't just feed on people. I can't just let that go. The way to the district exit should be safe. Go now. Thank you. We'll never forget this.
Yeah.
She might be pissed off now.
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
Oh, she doesn't do anything. Okay. Well, let's go then. So we got that mausoleum and we got that one bigger area down south, which is probably where they want me to go to save Heritage Hill. So let's go to the mausoleum first. Mausoleums are smaller areas, it seems. See what's inside Valtus's mausoleum. Search for Seda and the Valtus Manor in Heritage Hill. Rescue Seda from the family mausoleum.
Hello? Hello?
Kickstarter backers.
What's this?
Not yet. Okay, can't disarm the trap. Nestled among the candles are the odds and ends of a patchwork family memorial. Valiant Luskas, a cameo etching of a woman in finery, and a turquoise necklace. The vaults are sealed shut and sticky with cobwebs. Let's talk to the NPC first, Seda. Let's see what we have to do with her. A little girl cowers in the back of the tomb. Her face is streaked with dirt, and even in the shadows you can tell she's far too thin. She watches you, holding her breath. What are you doing in here? She inches into the candlelight. Her clothes are a little more in filthy rags now, but ripped and stained fabric looks like embroidered silk. You have to be quiet. Noise brings the hungry people. Has she been in here all along, hiding from those creatures? My name is Seda. Are you hiding from them too? She watches the door of the vault, her eyes wide and careful. Who are the hungry people? She whispers and her eyes are round with terror. The ones outside. They don't sleep or die, but they eat. Tell me what happened to you. Her eyes take on a distant look. Her legs start to tremble. Be strong. Think back to how this started. She takes a deep breath and stares at the stone floor. There was a big noise and light in the sky. Everyone thought it was a storm, but then people started waking up. After they died, I mean. She twists her shredded sleeve into knots. Mother and father and Emilio boarded up the door, but the hungry people found our house. Her fidgeting becomes more agitated. They fought, but the hungry people always get up again. They broke through the door, and Mother told me to hide. Then I came here to hide, but the door got stuck, and I didn't know when it would be safe outside. Where's your family? At the house. Mother told me to hide and not let anyone in. Then I heard a lot of noise, fighting and yelling, and her eyes glazed over. And then Mother told me to open the door again, but she didn't sound right. You're Seda? I came across some Dargles in a house. The girl's eyes widened. You saw Mother and father? And Emilio? Emilio? How did you get away? Those aren't your parents anymore. She picks at a thumbnail watching you. She nods slowly. You need to get out of here. Is it safe? Are the hungry people out there? It's still dangerous, but the path to the main gate should be clear. Run for it. I won't let anything catch me. I promise. Alright, so that's another quest down. Task.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yes?
Let's get these guys away a little bit.
Following your lead.
Disarm the trap.
As you... Hello? Hello?
Summon add repeat beetle 1 per rest. Okay, so we're done there. Time to head to the tower. We've explored everywhere else, so let's see what the tower has in store for us. Go ahead and save before we go in. The massive stone door of the tower is sealed, and there doesn't appear to be any way of opening it. Speak the words you learned from the leaden key Alkalite. You hear rumbles and clangs from hidden tumblers as the door unlocks. That's never a good sign. Leaden key stuff.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very...
That's not...
Settle!
I'll see what I can find.
Crumpled page from Altum's journal. Day 7, a week of study, and we're still none the wiser about this device. Trindig remains optimistic. I don't know what I'd do without his spirit. Trindig's letter. Dearest mother and father, you'll be pleased to hear that I've learned much already since coming to the city. There are many incredible ruins nearby, and Master Greg has allowed me to accompany him on a number of expeditions. I'm writing to you from inside an ancient Ingwithian tower. There's an entire district built up around it, but the locals have mostly left the tower untouched. They have let us set up temporary living quarters here so our work can continue uninterrupted. It is an unsettling place at times, but Master Greg has been a constant comfort, and he is quick to remind me that things we learn from this tower might one day help us find a cure for Waidwin's legacy. I'd better get some rest now. Mr. Greg likes to get an early start to the day. All my love, Trindig.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Let's go. Let's go.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Yeah. Sure.
Hello? Hello?
Essence shimmers and pulsates within the strange device. The mattress is lumpy and smells of old straw, but whoever slept here last made it neatly.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
The Deerwood Part 1, Early Colonial History. And a note. Page from Aldum's journal. Day 2. We've completed our measurements in the machine. Thanks to Trindig's youthful agility, further examination is required to discover its intended use.
What's this?
Patting the scratchy old coverlet thickens the air with dust. No one has used this bed in weeks. Okay, so it looks like I've done all I can in this area. Up to the next level.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very...
Save the game and up we go. This is a tower, so there's going to be many levels, probably.
I think I see something.
That's it!
Save the Dargold for last. It's the only one that poses any difficulty, and it's just time consuming because they have a lot of hit points. It's not a matter of damage or I'm in any danger from it. Pulling pounding energy in the machine feels even stronger up here.
Hey.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Eric Glanfith, Part 1. The scroll contains a pen and ink diagram of the Adder device running through the tower. Despite copious measurements and carefully drawn detail, it gives no indication of the machine's purpose. The Works of the Nguithians, a comprehensive guide. Page from Aldum's journal. Day 11. Finally got out of the tower to clear our heads. Beasts take the patrons. We'll finish the study on our own terms, our own time. Just as I said as much to Trindig, the sky came to life with stray lightning. I said it's a good omen, but the poor lad's spook. Only cure for that is a good night's sleep. Sounds like the boy was right. It wasn't a good omen. Revenant.
Hey.
There's the stairs. Pulling pound. Oh yeah, I already read that. Folded page from Aldum's journal, day 10. Patrons grow impatient with the lack of quantifiable results. They should drag themselves out of their mansions and spend a few nights here if they think it's so easy.
I'm on the trail.
Make sure there's nothing hidden. Doesn't look that way. Major grants arcane dampener. 1 per rest and +1 intellect. Let's give that to him, I guess. Letter from Acantha. Aldum, I did indeed receive your recent summons, as well as the 2 that came before it. I'd been waiting for you to present yourself on my doorstep so I could give you my answer in person, a firm and unwavering no. I won't help you. In fact, I relish the idea of you and your team of glorified engineers sitting in that tower, sweating over the ruins I've studied for years. Nothing gives me greater pleasure than knowing that my research, which you've long disparaged, is the missing piece in your mundane little puzzle. As you well know, it's knowledge I've always valued. I'm just around the corner. I encourage you to find me should you wish to rehash this conversation in person. So I may actually have to go talk to this lady again. Or the vampire. Let's go ahead and use a campfire. A couple of my guys are a little low. Laura leaves the stronghold. Okay, let's go ahead and save our game. And head on up. Head on up to the east side. To the deluxe apartment in the sky. Heading on up. Get to the top of the tower in Heritage. Find out how the Engwithian machine in Heritage Hill works. Oh, well, you didn't want to be petted just a second ago. See if there's any enemies up here first, or anything hidden, or anything to loot. Well, we may have to go talk to that Ikitha person first. Acantha. Oh, there's Aldo.
Let's try this configuration. Still nothing. Confounded device.
A man hunches over the strange mechanism, his spine a sharp ridge rising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and the patches of skin you see are molted green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't notice until your shadow falls over him. When he turns and sees you, he snarls and scuttles behind the adder pedestal. Only his bared teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face.
Shouldn't be here. What do you want?
Who and what are you?
15 years at Brackenbury. 7 tours to the ruins beyond Solace Vale. I'm an animancer. Still an animancer.
His gaze lights on the adder post with sudden recognition. He starts to turn back to the copper dials. He's done enough damage. Tell me what happened here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He smashes a fist into the adder pillar. His hand makes a crunching noise but doesn't bleed.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Research. We came to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
Alos lips twist in disgust. If I had a copper skate for every fool animancer whose thirst for knowledge led to a disaster, well, I never would have ended up in Gilded Vale, that's for sure. Let's do the rational thing. Stick to the present. When did the disaster start? Something happened on our 11th night. Lights in the sky and a static charge in the air. But we were so careful. We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning we felt strange, like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't first notice the blood around our beds, the strange wounds that had appeared overnight.
And the machine. This cursed spire. Dormant for 2,000 years. Lifeless through hundreds of our experiments. And we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start?
As exciting as the prospect of a living machine may be, I suspect that, given mention of a machine and a masked figure both, there is another explanation.
Years I've been doing this. Years. I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened. Nowhere to go. That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat.
Slow down. What does this machine have to do with souls?
No time to slow down. But I can explain. Hold a magnet over iron splinters and they stick. Yes. Rub your hand over weir wool and the hair of your head will follow it. So it is with this machine.
He looks at you and runs his tongue along the edges of his fine, strong teeth. He quickly looks away. It has the power to manipulate souls, but why? For what? And how many others lie buried in the ruins of Eder Glonfoth? He screws his fists into eyes. No, focus on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk. There was a stranger in the tower the night this happened.
I didn't see him. My assistant, he saw him. We laughed. Said he was spooked by the cemetery. Perhaps it was already too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain.
The guy I'm looking
People
for from
were
the
already
lead and
on
key.
the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
You're not like the ghouls in the street.
Not yet. But I will be. My body is dead. My soul, imprisoned in this corpse, only makes it seem otherwise. And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply. I'm not proud of any of it. Hunting men and women in the early days of the affliction. Picking off soldiers that came to investigate. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster. You could help. Help me end this. Help me find sustenance.
What happened to the rest of your team?
By the time I realized what had happened, the district had already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work. And then there came a time when the hunger struck, and there was hardly anyone left.
How can I help?
Not your help I need. It's Harridan Shrew squanders her research on frivolities, then refuses to make herself useful. Runes. The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Acantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
She might not give them to me, though. Wait, runes? Then Gwithian runes? She can read them? He speaks of this feat so blandly. Let's talk instead of to this Harridan, Ponzeric. I'd pick her thoughts a time. She wasn't here the night the machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere near. Too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. I'll get the words from Acantha.
Yes. Acantha. She was here. In the district. Probably here still. Always prepared. Clever lady, that one. And perhaps you bring me something.
I'm not gonna feed you, dude.
Something to keep me sharp. Then I show you a secret about the machine. Something to make you strong.
There's a saying in Rattay about feeding sharks. Don't do this, Ponzeric. If nothing else, you're liable to lose a hand. So, gotta go talk to Acantha. Proceed to the bottom. on my way to see Acantha again. Hey, Tixo2. How you doing, man? Alright, let's see what Acantha has to say. She probably isn't willing to help, so I'm either going to end up having to kill him and her, or just her. I don't know, we'll see. Let's save our game before we talk to her, though.
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the Anguithian machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
Yeah, for the most part. Occasionally I'll stream something from my PS4, like I streamed God of War, but it's just easier and I like doing it more from the PC. PS4 is all the way in the living room, other people play it, so I can't really bring it to the PC and stream that way. I have to stream it direct from the PS4, not near the options when you do it that way. He dabbles
with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
Tell me the tower's name.
Ter Nuneth. It's called Ter Nuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Dyrwood, are relays, built to move souls.
Typically, it's a variety of games. I'll play pretty much anything. Right now, I'm working on, obviously, a computer role-playing game, Pillars of Eternity. I played God of War. I played some BattleTech. I plan on playing Hollow Knight when I'm done with Pillars of Eternity. So I like a variety of games. I don't stick to one game type, so to speak. How do you operate the machine atop Ter Nuneth?
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
I'd release them.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals within her. Here, I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. What? But what good is observing all this if you're going to hoard it for yourself? Tell her, Ponzeric. An entire language at your fingertips and she hides it away. Obviously not right now. I'm playing Pillars of Eternity. Is your PS4 name the same as your Twitch name? I'll add you to my friends list next time I'm on my PS4. What kind of games do you play on PS4? Let's see. Extinguish Acantha's pride. You're dead. Why does any of this matter? Rational. My character leans rational and stoic, so let's try with the rational route. Because my research will outlive me. I'll have time and opportunity enough to accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. The pride sparks and squalls. And my character's also stoic, so hoarding knowledge is pointless. The burning thing roars to life. Nothing is more important. We gather and study, and through it transcend the 1,000 insectoid lives that brought it to us. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flames around it abate. All I've learned, years of studying in Gwithian language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. I've been streaming for about a a little over a month now. Having some issues hammering out a consistent schedule. I was doing good until the past week or so. My work hours have changed, and I'm gonna have to adjust my stream schedule to compensate for the additional work and or the additional hours, because it's been interfering with my stream schedule the past week. But yeah, for about a month, a little over a month. Let's see. Rational. Your opportunities here are finite. One day, not that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than an ember now. You're wrong, but there's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure that it grows and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench your pride, and all that remains is a blackened diamond hard rock. You cast it away where it melts into the darkness. Oh, the first Battlefront? I haven't played the first Battlefront. I've played the second Battlefront. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I haven't spent much. Titanfall 2. I've played Titanfall 2 on the PC. Enjoyed the multiplayer in that.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours. These are the words you need.
Friday the 13th? Yeah, I haven't played that game. Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Acantha has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning and how they fit together. The language of Anguith once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
A speaker of dead tongues now, and so he surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in the matter of a few moments. I don't suppose you could look at a few books for me. Let's see, what do I do with the tower now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
Out of the corner of his eye, Aloth gives you a sly look. It seems your ravenous new friend has just given us the key to ending this wretchedness for good. And now that we've seen what this machine is capable of, I do hope you're not squeamish about the loss of a few hundred souls. You said the other towers around the Dyrwood were constructed to move souls. Why would the Anguithians have wanted to do that? Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why. To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields, to collect them like butterflies under glass, to melt them down for raw essence. Unfortunately, I don't know. Remind me, how do you know so much about the tower? I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldum try to read them like instruction manuals, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely. I still don't understand why the Anguithians would want to build a machine that tethers souls. Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Anguithians as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment. Explain how the control words work. Harnessing the power of Ter Nuneth is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meanings. You could speak them, and the tower shall obey. Oh, thank you for your help. So let's head back to the tower. Hey, thanks for the host, DeHaven. Appreciate it, man. Welcome everybody from DeHaven's stream. Playing some Pillars of Eternity. Right now we're in Heritage Hill trying to resolve the undead issue. Alright, my stronghold is finished building. The merchant stalls. So let's do the craft hall. Alright, head back to the top of the tower and shut off the device that is storing the souls, causing the undead. That should solve the Heritage Hill issue. Proceed to the top. Let's save our game. Let's talk to this guy. No, we're not bringing you any flesh to eat. Aldhelm looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely, and sores have eaten away patches of skin and his joints. He looks at you. Pillars of the Earth? I've never heard of that. Pillars of Eternity I've heard, and Path of Exile I've heard, but I haven't heard of Pillars of the Earth. A lot of games with the initials POE. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
He doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. He seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. Well, let's just turn this place off and see what happens. A jagged outer pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognize words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means of throttling the device. I guess we want to choose end. I'm not sure what overloading the device will do other than possibly destroying the device. Let's see what end does. As the command word leaves your lips, the dial sinks into the adder under your hand. Something like a thunderclap sounds overhead. The glow fades from the machine as it falls dormant. Defiance Bay, major positive. Alright, so that should solve the Heritage Hill issue, but what about the current undead? Let's talk to Aldhelm.
Still and silent. It's finally
Right.
over.
Well, he doesn't seem to be ravenous anymore. Let's go ahead and proceed to the bottom and head out. Let's go talk to Acantha one more time, and then I think we're done with Heritage Hill. We got a couple people to level up, it looks like. Let's go see Acantha. Go away, Windows updates. Leave me be. You're just not gonna go away, are you? Oh, Acantha's not here. Interesting. Nope, she's just not here anymore. Go away, Windows updates. So I think we're safe to head out. Let's go talk to these guards over here. There, that's the nice man who helped me. And thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out at the keep.
Hail and well met.
Sounds like we're good. The tower, it's off. Does this mean the curse of Heritage Hill is lifted? It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. I think it'll be some time before anybody will be willing to settle in the district again, but at least we can get started on restoring it. Too true. Save our game and level my characters up here. Alright. Let's do stealth. Let's do defensive bond. That strengthens her and her animal companion. Makes them a little more durable. Alright, we can learn 2 new spells of level 5. Let's do Kitzel's Spirit Lance. I like that. And let's do Call to Slumber. I like that as well. Spell Mastery. Mastering a spell allows a free use of that spell once per encounter. Okay. I like minor missiles. Simple, easy, just a nice attack. So let's do that. Let's level up our fighter, who's still using a saber. Let's do Weapon Spec Ruffian. And let's level up the main character. That might not be too bad. That might not be too bad if somebody goes unconscious to raise them. Oh, I like that. It's a passive, but it increases most of my defenses against effects. Let's do Righteous Soul. Alright, I believe that's everybody, so let's... actually, let's look at our quests. Probably want to talk to Lady Webb again. And I want to go see the Crucible Knights. Okay, so I believe the Crucible Knights are in the First Fires. Let's head there. Alright, let's go turn this quest in, and then we'll go talk to Lady Webb. I think she may be in Brackenbury. But I'm not 100%. I'll know it when I see it on the map. Okay, so who am I looking for here? Wyla. Let's talk to Dunstan, see if he has anything to say. Nope. I believe Wido's right here. Wyla. And yes, she is. Oh, Sada's here. Sada looks like she's had a bath and a few square meals. She smiles shyly. Good. Any news from Heritage Hill? Your guards are charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra. I've gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes go round. By the flame, you found her? My missing commander? She heaves a sigh and loses her gaze among the floor tiles. And she was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? doesn't make sense. But nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the soldiers under her spell? They didn't make it. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops, and Commander Lyra. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Knights of the Crucible major positive, Defiance Bay moderate positive. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. Farewell. Another task completed, and another character to level up. Taxes collected. Losses 7 copper pieces to bandits. Earned 1,000 copper pieces. Copper pans, pardon me. Patchwork boots, average item. Among the kind wayfarers, in the event that a member of the Order dies of natural causes, it is customary for the paladin to request burial in a dangerous place that is difficult to reach. In fulfilling their lost comrade's request, the other kind wayfarers forge new paths that others may more easily follow. When the elder paladin Adram Delphar died, his brothers and sisters set out for Red Flower Lake in a remote eastern part of Red Saris, but they never reached their destination. With so few kind wayfarers left in that part of the Eastern Reach, the Order has reached out for assistance in recovering their comrades and helping see them to their resting place. So let's assign our actual NPC, or our teammate, to go do this, not one of the hired helplings. Haravis is on his way. Let's talk to the head of the Knights of the Crucible to see if he finally will commit to helping me with my stronghold battle. Okay, so doesn't look like anything changed.
Yeah.
Text-wise. So let's head out of here. We'll train our character and then let me figure out where to go next. May try and do some endless path dungeon stuff underneath my stronghold, possibly. I'm not sure yet. Gonna have to look things. Oh no, we need to talk to Lady Webb before we go. Let's do bestows a burning effect on all ally weapons. I like that. Let's see if I have to modify
Yes?
his chance now. Okay, so let's see. First, they decrease reload time and increase the speed of all ranged attacks. That's good. Increase the movement and reflex rate of all allies. Embolden allies, bonuses to fortitude and will. Okay. Leave a trail of frost. Drains a portion of endurance from all enemies in their effect. Alright.
Yeah.
So let's go to, I think it is Brightonbrook? I don't know, the name's confusing. Brackenberry, that's it. Because I think that's where Lady Webb is, and I'm supposed to let her know when I find out any more information on the leaden key. Which I just did due to the tower. So, let's take a look at Brackenberry. Hadrit House, I believe, is where Lady Webb is.
Good day to you.
Good day, stranger.
Excuse me, but I've been looking for you. You're the one who lifted the curse on Heritage Hill. That's right, that's me. My lady, who wishes to remain anonymous, has entrusted me with bringing you this pistol. It belonged to a dear friend of hers who was lost to the curse. For your part in reclaiming Heritage Hill, my lady wishes you to have it. Here, may it serve you well in battle. Thank you. You're quite welcome. Now I must be off. Farewell. Oh, that's good, because one of my guys uses a pistol. He uses forgiveness. And I just got St. Graham's Spark. Equivalent damage. Shock damage. Plus 10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. Let's enchant it and see what we could... Can't really enchant it with anything. Kind of still like forgiveness better for now. May revisit it at some point, but for now, forgiveness is just as much damage and has better effects. Let's still go talk to Lady Webb in case she has anything to say.
How fares your search?
There's something I could tell you about the Leyden Keys operations.
Well, let's hear it.
The Ingwithian Tower in Heritage Hill contains an ancient machine that can control the flow of souls. The Leyden Key activated it.
This is troubling. That civilization seems to have known more about the mechanics of souls than anyone since. The Leyden Key was born in that period. It may be that Theos has full knowledge of their technology. The applications of this machine you speak of, I don't want to think about it. That isn't enough to take to the Duke, but we're close. Avar Wolfgren is a cautious man. He will want to know everything possible before being moved to action.
Well, that's all I have for now.
Yes?
Farewell. Okay, so let's look at our quests and see what we have left. Okay, that's Endless Paths related. The Stolen Scroll, which I'm not that's on the way to Deerford. That's the Endless Paths. Oh wait. Let's see if... my reputation has increased to the point where I can actually talk to the records keeper. I believe that is located in the first fires. I'm not sure who the records keeper is, whether it's Grimda or not. Okay, so it's not this place. Let me look at the quest again. An archive in the Ducal Palace. Okay, so I am in the right place then. Let's just see if I can get anywhere on that quest due to my reputation increase. The first time I checked was when I first arrived, and I didn't have any reputation, obviously. But now I've had many major positives and moderate positives, so I would think he might help me now. Maybe. Gotta talk to the records keeper. Leads out. Record keeper must be up here.
Greetings.
I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a numbers of folk in Deerwood who bear ill will towards Red Sarens. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came here to settle as refugees. Defiance may posit too. For the first time, he turns his full attention towards you, and his eyes flicker in recognition. Of course, that policy is for the general public. Exceptions can be made for those who have already proven their worth. He looks up at a shelf and withdraws a thick volume, shifting a layer of dust aside with his hand. The rosters are in the front, the inventories of the dead in back. He passes it into Ader's outstretched hands. Ader leafs through the book for some time anxiously, running his thick farmhand's fingers over page after page of names. At last his hand stops, his fingers just below one name.
Odin Talesh died 18 Majavernho 2808. Third Battle of Cleaban Relog. Blazing Glanfather names, I swear. Raed Saris? I'll be the effigy. He fought for Raed Saris. Why did he fight for Raed Saris?
Gotta go stoic. My guy is stoic and rational. We may not be meant to find out. No, not this. There's an answer. He always had a reason.
We gotta go there. That battlefield. Clea, the one I said. I don't know how else I'm gonna make sense of all this. I gotta see what he saw. And who knows, maybe his spirit will even be there and you can have one of your weird talks with him. Ain't worth trying, right?
I'd say so.
I appreciate that. Wish I could say you won't regret it, but you certainly might.
So, new quest. Alright. so let's figure out where we're going to next. I know the main story quest wants me to go to Deerford Village. I have not been there as of yet. Okay, so I've been to Pearlwood Bluffs, Searing Falls, Woodend Plains, and Stormwall Gorge. I've been to all the areas up here except for Craghold Bluffs. Let's just take a look around, see what we got. Got some quests for the Twin Elms area. Let's go to Deerford Village. I'm probably going to save my game there and then end the stream. I've got a couple hours before work. Going to get some food and probably try and get a little bit of sleep. Find someone in town who knows about the roads. Alrighty. That's a good stopping point. Made some progress. Got through Heritage Hill. Completed some quests around Defiance Bay. It's nice to be out of the city. We've mostly got quests for places I haven't been to, as well as the Endless Paths dungeon under my stronghold to do. So I appreciate everybody who came by and watched, and I'll try and get on tomorrow after work at my usual 6:30 p.m. time, though I've been having trouble with that due to extended work hours and just sheer exhaustion from what work's been putting me through. So I'll try and do the 6:30, but my schedule is in flux while I figure out over the next week or so a new schedule to work with my changed summer hours. So y'all have a good day. I'm going to go get some food and some rest. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.